We have written the happiest sounding broken-hearted love song in our set. And actually, JD will tell a story. I will first preface the story by saying that I had fallen in love with somebody and I thought it was mutual, and then I found out it wasn't. And we've all been there. We may not want to admit it, but we've all been there. And there was one day where I was so upset about it that I started crying, and I couldn't actually stop crying. And I was so embarrassed that I couldn't stop crying. I thought I was this strong woman. And I started crying, and I had this box of Kleenex next to me, and I kept using Kleenex after Kleenex after Kleenex, and I said to myself, this is terrible for the environment. So then I went into the bathroom, and I just put my head over the sink, and let it out. Thinking to myself, I have to write a song about this. And JD was home with the wife and kids, and I was in Alberta, and I was working on this song, and I would text him every few days and be like, I'm working on this great, sad, broken-hearted love song. I've got the music, and I've got the melody, but I have no words. It's going to be great. And he'd be like, keep at it, keep at it. And so thankfully, we got to go to Prince Edward Island for a little while, and we ended up co-writing this song with our friend Ashley Condon. And one of the first places we played it was at a festival in Moab, Utah. And there's a really good story Jide will tell you all about when we played this.
Let me first say that the story prefaces your story, though. Like that was before.
No, we wrote the song after I was heartbroken.
I thought that, okay.
Kleenex box.
Just trying to get her to snort, that's all. So we, because I'm going to win that money. It's going to be so good. I know. The first time that we got a chance to play in the States, or our first festival was at the Moab Folk Festival in Moab, Utah. And man, it's such a beautiful place. Moab is such a wonderful little town, city. And we got to share the stage with Bruce Coburn. It was a big deal for us. We were super feeling really giddy and silly, and we were backstage with him and eating cheese and grapes and crackers and that was about it. That's all they could give us. And then we that's true. It's an awesome festival though. No. Yeah, and then we got this really cool rock and roll selfie with Bruce Coburn. It was very cool. And then he went on his bus, and we didn't see him for the rest of the night. But then we got on stage not long after that, and we got to the point in the set where this song came up, and I don't know, I was feeling giddy. And I was like, this song is called Oh My Love. It's about Kara. She's yearning for love. She just built a tiny house. And she wants to spend her days with someone in her tiny house. She wants to wake up on her tiny little queen-size bed and walk down her tiny hallway to her tiny little kitchenette and fireplace and living room and carpet and eat little tiny plates of bacon and eggs and put her tiny clothes in her tiny closets and take tiny little baths in her tiny bathtub and put her tiny shoes by her tiny door and thank God there's this guy in the front row, and he's like, baby, I'm right here. I love you. I want to love you. You know, and you're like, oh my God, like wow. And he was with a friend of his. He has a friend, and he had a big beard and a big top knot or a man bun, and he's like, but my wife is with me. Is this gonna get awkward? We're like, yes, really awkward. We were kidding, and
then we remembered we were in Utah, which is the best part of all of it.
Utah.
I didn't get married.
Utah.
Except I just too.
And then it happened again in Toronto. We were playing the Dakota Tavern in downtown Toronto, and it got to the point, and I did the same thing. And sure enough, there was a dude in the back row. He's like, baby, I'm right here. It was really funny because I hadn't even told the story about the guy. I was just telling people about your tiny house. And he yelled out. So she's gotten two
very solicited.
Very solicited. Two very solicited opportunities to change her life. And she decided to stay with the band. See another one.
Not move to Toronto or Moab. Just stay in Winnipeg.
I think we found out we were in Toronto. All right.
Anyways, please join us on this song. It's called Oh My Love, and there's a repetitive chorus. It's not the world's easiest chorus, but we're going to help you out with it.
Your voice is soft and soothing. Haven't felt this way in a long